I've been looking closely at recent research that shows women over 40 who struggle with stubborn weight and sudden mood swings often have one thing in common. They are unknowingly eating healthy foods that are actually overstimulating their internal alarms. I asked myself the other day, why are so many of us doing the work but not seeing the results? Because I know how frustrating it is to feel like you're doing everything right, while your clothes just keep getting tighter and your energy feels like a flickering candle. It is a strange, heavy feeling when the meals you've loved for years, the ones that used to keep you lean and focused, suddenly leave you feeling puffy or trigger a wave of heat that makes you want to open every window in the house. You might find yourself standing in the kitchen, looking at a clean salad or a low-fat snack, wondering why it's making your brain feel like it's wrapped in a thick fog. It's easy to feel a little bit of guilt, like you've lost your willpower, or that you're somehow failing at this new stage of life. But I want you to hear me clearly. You are not broken, and this is not your fault. Your body is simply responding differently to what you put in it because your internal chemistry is shifting. For decades, your system could process these hidden stressors without much trouble. But now, the biological rules have changed. It's as if your body has switched its language and you're just looking for the right translator. The good news is that once we identify these hidden culprits, we can quiet that hormonal noise and finally get a full, restful night of sleep. But which specific staple foods are actually the worst offenders for your balance after 40? And what is the one silent trigger in your morning routine that is keeping your stress levels stuck on high alert? Welcome back to the Vital Women podcast. I'm Dr. Aiko Tanaka, and I've dedicated my work to exploring what really happens in the body after 50. I am so glad you've joined me today, because if you've been feeling frustrated by a middle that seems to grow no matter what you do, or mood swings that catch you off guard, I want to tell you right now, you are not broken. I see this every day in my clinic. The annoyance of having to reach for stretchy waistbands, or that heavy feeling of being puffy, even when you haven't changed a thing about your diet. I understand how it feels to look in the mirror and not recognize the person looking back at you. But I also know the science behind why your body is suddenly reacting to your favorite foods as if they were the enemy. We are moving away from those cold medical lectures today and getting back to simple, real-world solutions that actually fit into your busy life. Today, we are going to walk through 5 specific foods that are the absolute worst for your hormones after 40, and more importantly, how you can actually start to reverse the damage. We aren't just going to talk about dieting. I'm going to show you exactly how your internal chemistry has shifted and what you can do to support it. You'll learn how to quiet that metabolic noise so you can start feeling like the person you recognize in your favorite photos again. My promise to you is that by the end of this episode, you'll have a clear, easy plan to help your system find its balance using small daily changes. Your body is simply responding differently to this stage of life, and I am going to help you give it the support it is asking for. I want to dig into why the years right after 40 matter so much for what you put on your plate. For most of your life, your system ran on a very predictable rhythm. Your hormones were like a steady, quiet hum in the background that kept your mood stable, your skin plump, and your energy high. But as you move into your 50s, that steady hum starts to change into something much more unpredictable. What's actually happening is that your primary supply of estrogen is beginning to dip, but it doesn't just disappear overnight. Instead, it swings back and forth like a pendulum. One day you have plenty, and the next day you don't have enough. This hormonal seesaw is the real reason behind those sudden night sweats or that feeling that you're losing your patience over something small. Here is a concrete fact. Research shows that after age 40, your cells actually become less responsive to insulin, which is the hormone responsible for managing your blood sugar. This means that even if you eat the exact same slice of bread or the same bowl of pasta you ate in your 30s, your body now processes it differently. Instead of turning that food into quick energy, your system is more likely to store it as a deep belly fat or send your stress hormones into overdrive. Another important shift is happening in your liver. As your natural hormone levels drop, your liver has to work twice as hard to clear out used hormones from your bloodstream. If you are eating foods that cause inflammation, your liver gets clogged up, and those old hormones stay in your system longer than they should. This is exactly why you might feel that strange, heavy puffiness in your middle that just won't go away. This is why the food choices you make right now are so incredibly powerful. We aren't just eating for calories anymore. We are eating to give your body the specific tools it needs to navigate this transition smoothly. When you avoid the hidden culprits we're about to discuss, you're helping your internal thermostat and your energy levels find a new, steady baseline. You're teaching your system how to thrive under a new set of biological rules. Your body is simply responding differently to the world around it, and once we give it the right support, that out-of-control feeling starts to fade away. I truly believe that when we share these small daily frustrations, we take the shame out of the changes we are all seeing in the mirror. By speaking up about that sudden bloating or the way your favorite meal now makes you feel sluggish, you are helping another woman realize she isn't failing at getting older either. It's a way of looking at these shifts not as a loss of control, but as a clear sign that our internal system is simply asking for a different kind of support. So I want to hear your story today. Are you finding that the physical discomfort of a heavy middle is the hardest part? Or is it the emotional toll of feeling like your body is speaking a language you don't understand yet? Your input is what keeps this conversation going and reminds me why I'm so passionate about finding these simple human solutions that actually fit our lives. We are moving away from the idea that you need to be fixed and toward the idea that you are learning to fuel a body that is simply responding differently to the world. We are navigating this new stage of life together, one step at a time, with a lot more kindness for ourselves. Take a deep breath and hold on to this truth. You are not broken. Your body is just asking for a new set of tools to feel its best, and we are going to find them right here together. To start our journey, let's look at added sugars and refined carbs, like that white bread or pasta we've enjoyed for years. Have you noticed that after a sandwich or a bowl of noodles, you feel a sudden, heavy puffiness in your middle? You might ask yourself why your favorite comfort foods are suddenly making your jeans feel so restrictive. What's actually happening is that as your estrogen levels dip, your cells become less efficient at handling sugar. Instead of using that food for energy, your body is now more likely to store it as deep belly fat and trigger a short fuse. The danger of keeping these high sugar habits is that your internal alarm stays on high alert, making it harder to lose stubborn weight. A practical way to support yourself is to swap out white flour for whole grains like quinoa. which digest much more slowly. This simple shift helps your body stay on a steady line instead of a hormonal roller coaster. Your system is just asking for a different kind of fuel, and you aren't losing your willpower. You're just learning a new way to stay balanced. Moving forward, we have to address high-fat dairy products like whole milk and heavy cheeses. Have you ever felt that clogged or sluggish feeling after a cheesy meal and wondered why your digestion feels so burdened? The reason is that full-fat dairy contains its own set of hormones that can clash with your own shifting levels. These extra hormones are like uninvited guests, throwing your body's natural orchestra out of tune. The pitfall of a high dairy diet right now is that it can artificially raise your estrogen levels, leading to more bloating and intense mood swings. A wonderful solution is to try plant-based alternatives like unsweetened almond milk. This helps your system stay clear and prevents that heavy feeling from taking over your day. Your body isn't failing you, it just needs a little less noise from outside hormones to find its own quiet rhythm again. Next, I want to share why we need to be careful with alcohol, even that evening glass of wine. Have you noticed that lately, even one drink seems to trigger a night of tossing and turning or a sudden wake-up call in a cold sweat? You might ask yourself why your relaxing habit is making you feel more anxious the next morning. Alcohol actually interferes with several hormonal pathways, making it harder for your body to reach deep, restorative sleep. The trouble with regular drinking after 40 is that it can widen your blood vessels, which can immediately worsen hot flashes. A helpful way to find peace is to replace that drink with a calming herbal tea in the evening. This allows your internal thermostat to stay steady throughout the night so you can wake up feeling refreshed. This is not your fault. Your system is simply asking for a cleaner way to rest. Following that, it's time to look at trans fats and processed snacks, like those fried items or packaged treats. Have you ever had a quick snack and found that your brain fog felt even thicker just a short while later? You might wonder why you're feeling so forgetful or why your joints feel extra stiff. These foods are often filled with inflammatory oils that can actually lower your levels of serotonin, which is your happy hormone. Without enough of this hormone, your mood stays low and your mind feels cloudy. A better path is to reach for healthy fats like a handful of nuts or half an avocado, which actually soothe inflammation. Your system is just looking for a more solid foundation to stand on, and you are doing a great job providing it. Finally, let's talk about having too much caffeine throughout the day. Have you felt that wired but tired sensation where your heart is racing, but you feel like you could fall asleep standing up? You might ask yourself why your morning coffee is suddenly making you feel jittery instead of energized. Excessive caffeine acts as a chemical stressor that raises your cortisol levels, keeping your body in a high alert state even when you're trying to relax. The pitfall is that it causes your body to hold on to water and can make your hot flashes feel more intense. A great way to start is by tapering down to 1 cup a day to see how your body responds. It is a gentle way to help your internal alarm finally turn off so you can feel truly calm. You are more than capable of finding that balance. We've explored some very practical ways to protect your natural balance today. But if you take just one thought away from our time together, let it be this: your system hasn't turned against you. These shifts aren't a sign that you've done something wrong or that your body is failing. It is simply a natural transition into a new season of life, and your internal chemistry is asking for a different kind of support than it used to. By making these small, intentional choices, like swapping out refined sugars, being mindful of your evening habits, and choosing cleaner fats, you are giving your body the exact tools it needs to find a new, steady baseline. You are helping your system find a rhythm that feels comfortable and sustainable for the woman you are today. If our talk today helped you feel a little more at ease, please like and subscribe so we can continue this journey together. I'd love for you to hop into the comments and tell me which of these hidden culprits surprised you the most. And don't forget to join me for our next episode, where we'll be looking at the brain fog fix and how to clear away that mental cloudiness so you can feel sharp and focused again. You are capable, you are resilient, and you are absolutely not broken.